Knight Rider, 1982-1986, became an instant television sensation blending high-tech action, sleek futuristic style, and unforgettable characters, including one of TV's most iconic talking cars. In this video, we look back at the talented cast who brought this legendary series to life and pay tribute to the actors who have sadly passed away. From their standout performances to the lasting influence they left on 80s pop culture, we honor their contributions and celebrate the legacy they helped build. Join us as we remember the stars who made Knight Rider a defining classic of its era. Edward Mulhare, born on April 8, 1923, portrayed Devon Miles in the hit action series Knight Rider, 1982-1986, starting when he was 59 years old. Devon Miles was the refined, stiff upper-lipped, and impeccably dressed director of the Foundation for Law and Government, Flagg serving as the mentor boss and surrogate father figure to Michael Knight. Mulhare's portrayal was defined by his excellent chemistry with David Hasselhoff. He played the sophisticated straight man who was constantly exasperated by Michael's recklessness and KITT's dry humor, yet he possessed a deep protective affection for them both. He provided the necessary gravitas and administrative authority to the high-tech action briefing, the team on missions, and managing the Foundation's resources. Devon survived the original series run, although the character was tragically killed off in the subsequent 1991 TV movie Knight Rider 2000. In real life, Edward Mulhare enjoyed a distinguished career spanning from 1947 to 1997. An Irish actor with a commanding stage presence, he famously succeeded Rex Harrison as Professor Higgins in the original Broadway production of My Fair Lady. He achieved earlier television stardom as the ghost of Captain Daniel Gregg in the popular sitcom The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, 1968-1970. His career was characterized by his debonair charm and aristocratic demeanor. Edward Mulhare passed away on May 24, 1997, at the age of 74. The cause of his death was lung cancer. Following his death, he was laid to rest at St. Mary's Cemetery in Carrigaline, County Cork, Ireland. Richard Basehart, born on August 31, 1914, played the pivotal role of Wilton Knight in the pilot episode of Knight Rider 1982 and served as the iconic narrator of the opening titles starting when he was 68 years old. Wilton Knight was the dying billionaire philanthropist and founder of the Foundation for Law and Government Flagg, who rescues police officer Michael Long from a near-fatal gunshot wound, gives him a new face and identity, and entrusts him with the technologically advanced supercar. KITT Basehart's dramatic performance in the pilot was brief but monumental, delivering the franchise's core philosophy that one man can make a difference. His deep, resonant voice remained a staple of every episode for 4 years, reciting the famous opening narration, Knight Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Wilton Knight died on screen in the pilot episode, setting the entire series in motion. In real life, Richard Basehart enjoyed a prestigious career spanning from 1947 to 1984. He was a highly respected method actor who starred in Federico Fellini's cinematic masterpiece La Strada 1954 and played Ishmael in John Huston's Moby Dick 1956. He achieved massive television fame as Admiral Harriman Nelson in the sci-fi classic Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, 1964-1968. His career was marked by his intellectual depth and powerful voice. Richard Basehart passed away on September 17, 1984, at the age of 70. The cause of his death was a series of strokes. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery in Los Angeles, California, U.S. Phyllis Davis, born on July 17, 1940, portrayed Tanya Walker in the two-part pilot episode of Knight Rider 1982, starting when she was 38 years old. Tanya Walker was the ruthless, sophisticated, and deadly industrial espionage agent who served as the series' very first primary antagonist. She was the mastermind responsible for the theft of advanced computer microchips, and most critically, she orchestrated the ambush that resulted in the death of Michael Long's partner and the near-fatal shooting of Michael himself. Davis's performance defined the archetype for the show's villains: glamorous, intelligent, and utterly cold-blooded. Her character forces Michael Knight to confront his past trauma and embrace his new identity to bring her to justice. In the climax, she attempts to kill Michael again, but is thwarted by KITT's impregnable armor, leading to her capture. Tanya Walker did not die on screen, but was arrested, marking Michael's first victory. In real life, Phyllis Davis enjoyed a successful career spanning from 1966 to 1995, becoming a familiar face in 1970s and 80s television. She is best remembered for her starring role as the smart and capable secretary Beatrice Travis in the hit detective series Vega 1978-1981 alongside Robert Urich. She also gained cult fame for her role in the satirical film Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, 1970. Her life before her death was characterized by her steady work in Hollywood and her later retirement to Nevada. Phyllis Davis passed away on September 27, 2013, at the age of 73. The cause of her death was cancer. Following her death, she was laid to rest at Davis Memorial Park in Las Vegas, Nevada, U.S. Lance Legault, born on May 2, 1935, portrayed Vernon Gray in the pilot episode of Knight Rider 1982, starting when he was 47 years old. Vernon Gray was the imposing sunglass-wearing henchman and chief enforcer for the villainous Tanya Walker. Legault holds a unique and pivotal place in the franchise's history as the man who physically pulled the trigger and shot undercover detective Michael Long in the face during a desert stakeout, an act of violence that necessitated the plastic surgery, creating Michael Knight and setting the entire series in motion. Legault's towering presence, deep, gravelly voice, and menacing demeanor made him the perfect instrument of destruction, and he returned to the series in later seasons playing different villains. Vernon Gray was defeated and arrested in the pilot. In real life, Lance Legault enjoyed a long and highly recognizable career spanning from 1962 to 2012. He famously began his career as a stunt double for Elvis Presley due to their physical resemblance. He became the quintessential television villain of the 1980s, playing the relentless Colonel Decker in the A-Team and the antagonist Colonel Buck Green in Magnum P.I. His career was characterized by his commanding screen presence and his extensive voiceover work. Lance Legault passed away on September 10, 2012, at the age of 77. The cause of his death was heart failure. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California, U.S. George Murdoch, born on June 25, 1930, played Archibald and Judge Oliver Callan in Knight Rider 1983-1984, starting when he was 53 years old. In the episode Merchants of Death, he portrayed Judge Oliver Callan, a corrupt official involved in the illegal weaponry trade, showcasing his signature ability to play authority figures with a sinister hidden agenda. Murdoch brought a distinctive, intense energy and a famously grumpy demeanor to the guest role, providing a formidable bureaucratic obstacle for Michael and KITT. His performance was typical of his skill in playing characters who abused their power. His characters did not die on screen. In real life, George Murdoch enjoyed a prolific and highly respected career spanning from 1961 to 2012, appearing in hundreds of film and television productions. He is best known for his recurring role as the abrasive internal affairs officer Lieutenant Ben Scanlon in the sitcom Barney Miller, 1974-1982. He also achieved cult status in the sci-fi genre, playing Dr. Salik in the original Battlestar Galactica, 1978, and portraying the entity God in the film Star Trek Viverth, The Final Frontier, 1989. His career was characterized by his unique facial features and his ability to play both comedic and villainous roles. George Murdoch passed away on April 30, 2012, at the age of 81. The cause of his death was cancer. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California, U.S. Barbara Rush, born on January 4, 1927, portrayed Elizabeth Knight in the pivotal Knight Rider two-part episode, Goliath, 1983, starting when she was 56 years old. Elizabeth Knight was the elegant, conflicted widow of the Foundation's founder, Wilton Knight, and the biological mother of Garth Knight, the evil criminal look-alike of Michael Knight. Rush brought a profound sense of maternal tragedy and aristocratic grace to the role, playing a woman torn between the legacy of her late husband and her unconditional, albeit misguided, love for her sociopathic son. Her character was essential to the mythology of the series, explaining the origins of Michael's face, modeled after Garth, and providing the resources for Garth to build the monstrous truck Goliath to destroy KITT. Elizabeth Knight survived the events of the episode, left to grapple with her son's defeat. In real life, Barbara Rush enjoyed a long and highly successful career, spanning from 1950 to 2017, encompassing film, television, and stage. She won a Golden Globe Award early in her career for the science fiction film It Came from Outer Space, 1953, and starred in notable melodramas like Magnificent Obsession, 1954. Rush maintained a prolific career in television drama for decades, often playing sophisticated and dramatic female leads in series such as Peyton Place, and later as Grandma Ruth in Seventh Heaven. Her life before her death was characterized by her dedication to acting and her status as a respected Hollywood veteran. Barbara Rush passed away on March 31, 2024, at the age of 97. The cause of her death was natural causes. Following her death, she was laid to rest in California, U.S. James T. Callahan, born on October 4, 1930, played multiple roles, including Jeff Barnes and Sheriff Bruckner in Knight Rider 1982-1983, starting when he was 51 years old. In the Season 1 episode Good Day at White Rock, he notably portrayed Sheriff Bruckner, a somewhat inept and antagonistic local lawman who clashes with Michael Knight during a vacation trip. Callahan's performance was characterized by his ability to play authority figures who were either corrupt, incompetent, or simply overwhelmed by the high-tech vigilante justice brought by KITT. His presence added to the show's recurring theme of small-town law enforcement interacting with the futuristic Foundation. His characters did not die on screen. In real life, James T. Callahan enjoyed a prolific career spanning from 1959 to 2007, appearing in over 120 television series and films. While a frequent guest star in dramas, he achieved his greatest fame and is best remembered by audiences for his long-running main cast role as Walter Powell, the curmudgeonly but caring grandfather in the popular sitcom Charles in Charge, 1984-1990, starring alongside Scott Baio. His career was defined by his reliability as a character actor who could seamlessly switch between comedic sitcom roles and gritty police procedurals. James T. Callahan passed away on August 3, 2007, at the age of 76. The cause of his death was esophageal cancer. Following his death, he was laid to rest in Fallbrook, California, U.S. Zakes Moke, born on August 5, 1934, portrayed Sombe Kuna in the Knight Rider episode Diamonds Aren't a Girl's Best Friend, 1983, starting when he was 49 years old. Sombe Kuna was a sophisticated, manipulative, and dangerous foreign diplomat and diamond smuggler who used his diplomatic immunity as a shield for his criminal enterprise. Moke's intense, brooding screen presence and distinctive resonant voice brought a chilling gravitas to the role, elevating a standard villain of the week into a memorable high-stakes antagonist who physically and intellectually challenged Michael Knight. His performance highlighted the series' ability to tackle international intrigue and high-class crime. Sombe Kuna did not die on screen but was apprehended by Michael and KITT. In real life, Zakes Mokai enjoyed a critically acclaimed and influential career spanning from 1961 to 2009. A South African actor who moved to Britain and then the United States, he was the longtime artistic partner and muse of playwright Athol Fugard. Mokai achieved the pinnacle of stage success by winning a Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a play for Master Harold and The Boys, 1982. His film career included intense roles in the horror film The Serpent and the Rainbow, 1988, and the cult classic Dust Devil, 1992. His life was defined by his artistic brilliance and his stand against apartheid. Zakes Mokai passed away on September 11, 2009, at the age of 75. The cause of his death was complications from a stroke. Following his death, he was cremated, and his ashes were scattered in his native South Africa. John Crawford, born on September 13, 1920, played Sheriff Moore and Mac Thomas in Knight Rider 1983-1984, starting when he was 62 years old. In his appearance as Sheriff Moore, Crawford embodied the quintessential small-town lawman, suspicious of outsiders, fiercely protective of his territory, and initially skeptical of Michael Knight's high-tech vehicle and vigilante methods. His rugged features and weary authority grounded the show's town-in-trouble storylines, providing a realistic, gritty obstacle or reluctant ally for the Foundation against local corruption. His characters survived the episodes. In real life, John Crawford enjoyed a prolific and highly recognizable career spanning from 1945 to 1986, bridging the gap between classic Hollywood and modern television with over 200 credits. He became a staple of the 1970s disaster movie genre, with memorable roles as the chief engineer in The Poseidon Adventure, 1972, and the mayor in The Towering Inferno, 1974. He also had a recurring role as Sheriff Ep Bridges on the hit series The Waltons. His career was characterized by his dependability, his ability to play both villains and heroes, and his rugged durability as a character actor. John Crawford passed away on September 21, 2010, at the age of 90. The cause of his death was complications from a stroke. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Pierce Brothers Valley Oaks Memorial Park in Westlake Village, California, U.S. Guy Stockwell, born on November 16, 1933, portrayed Riggins and the corrupt politician Zachary Sloat in Knight Rider 1983, starting when he was 50 years old, as Zachary Sloat in the Season 3 premiere, Night of the Drones. Stockwell played a ruthless criminal mastermind who utilized advanced drone technology and weaponry to commit crimes, serving as a dark technological mirror to the Foundation's mission. His performance was defined by a chilling intellectual menace and a commanding screen presence, making him a formidable high-level adversary who forced KITT to push his capabilities to the limit. His characters did not die on screen, but were brought to justice. In real life, Guy Stockwell enjoyed a successful and versatile career spanning from 1959 to 1990. The older brother of actor Dean Stockwell, Guy, began as a leading man in films like The Warlord, 1965, alongside Charlton Heston, and the war film Tobruk, 1967. He later transitioned into a prolific television character actor, appearing in nearly every major series of the 1970s and 80s. He famously starred in Alejandro Jodorowsky's cult surrealist horror film Santa Sangre, 1989. His career was characterized by his intense dramatic range and his shift from studio heartthrob to gritty character actor. Guy Stockwell passed away on February 6, 2002, at the age of 68, The cause of his death was complications from diabetes. Following his death, he was cremated, and his ashes were returned to his family. Don Gordon, born on November 13, 1926, played Randy Kavanaugh and Police Lieutenant Dickerson in Knight Rider, 1982-1984, starting when he was 56 years old. In the episode The Final Verdict, Gordon portrayed Lieutenant Dickerson, a tough, cynical, and antagonistic police officer who viewed Michael Knight's vigilante justice with deep suspicion and hostility. Gordon's performance was characterized by his signature intense, gritty acting style, a hallmark of his career, which provided a grounded, realistic obstacle for the high-tech duo of Michael and KITT. His presence added a layer of hard-boiled noir tension to the series, representing the friction between traditional law enforcement and the Foundation's methods. His characters did not die on screen. In real life, Don Gordon enjoyed a long and respected career spanning from 1949 to 1993, best known for his close friendship and frequent professional collaboration with screen legend Steve McQueen. Gordon delivered memorable scene-stealing supporting performances alongside McQueen in 3 iconic films as the partner, Detective Delgetti in Bullet, 1968, in the prison drama Papillon, 1973, and in the disaster epic The Towering Inferno, 1974. His career was defined by his ability to play tough, street-smart characters with a distinct psychological edge. Don Gordon passed away on April 24, 2017, at the age of 90. The cause of his death was natural causes. Following his death, he was cremated, and his ashes were returned to his family. Sam Vlahos, born on August 10, 1935, portrayed Alfredo Diaz and Father Carlos Laguna in Knight Rider, 1983-1984, starting when he was 48 years old. In the episode Race for Life, he played the sympathetic Father Carlos Laguna, a priest involved in a storyline concerning a stolen trophy and an illicit weapon, showcasing his ability to play warm, community-centered figures. Vlahos brought a grounded humanity and emotional depth to his guest roles, often representing the vulnerable citizens that Michael Knight was sworn to protect. His performance highlighted the show's theme of helping the powerless against larger corrupt forces. His characters survived the episodes. In real life, Sam Vlahos enjoyed a steady and respected career spanning from 1969 to 2005, working as a versatile character actor in film and television. A Greek-American actor who frequently played Latino characters due to his look, he appeared in major films such as the crime drama American Me, 1992, and the biographical drama Mask, 1985. His television credits were extensive, ranging from Barney Miller to ER, where he often played fathers, shopkeepers, or community elders. His career was characterized by his dedication to supporting roles that added cultural texture to the narrative. Sam Vlahos passed away on September 3, 2011, at the age of 76. The cause of his death was heart failure. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Santa Barbara Cemetery in Santa Barbara, California, U.S. John Vernon, born on February 24, 1932, portrayed Cameron Zachary and later Claude Watkins in Knight Rider, 1984, starting when he was 52 years old. Cameron Zachary, appearing in the high-stakes episode A Good Night's Work, stands out as one of the most dangerous and significant antagonists in the series' entire run, because he was one of the very few villains to successfully deduce that Michael Knight was actually Michael Long. As a corrupt toy designer and international criminal who was a former lover of Tanya Walker, the woman who originally shot Michael Zachary served as a terrifying link to Michael's past, using his knowledge to psychologically torment the hero and threaten his new life. Vernon's performance was defined by his smooth, menacing baritone voice and arrogant sophistication, making him a formidable intellectual match for KITT and Michael. Cameron Zachary did not die on screen, but was arrested after a tense confrontation. In real life, John Vernon enjoyed a prolific and highly recognizable career, spanning from 1956 to 2005. A Canadian actor with a commanding presence, he is culturally immortalized for his iconic role as the villainous authoritarian Dean Vernon Wormer in the classic comedy National Lampoon's Animal House, 1978. He also played the cynical mayor of San Francisco in Dirty Harry, 1971, and had a significant voice acting career, voicing characters like Iron Man and Rupert Thorne in animated series. John Vernon passed away on February 1, 2005, at the age of 72. The cause of his death was complications following heart surgery. Following his death, he was cremated, and his ashes were returned to his family. Peter Mark Richman, born on April 16, 1927, played Dr. Klaus Bergstrom and the villain Kleist in Knight Rider 1984-1985, starting when he was 57 years old. In the episode Many Happy Returns, he played Kleist, a ruthless industrialist attempting to steal a high-tech military hovercraft, showcasing his signature ability to play sophisticated white-collar criminals who utilize technology and corporate power for greed. Richman brought a polished, icy demeanor and a sense of intelligent menace to the roles representing the high-level corporate evil that the Foundation frequently battled. His characters were calculating and refined, providing a stark contrast to the rougher street-level thugs Michael usually fought. His characters did not die on screen. In real life, Peter Mark Richman enjoyed an exceptionally long and prolific career spanning from 1950 to 2021, encompassing over 130 television credits and numerous films. He was a familiar and dependable face to television audiences for decades, widely known for his recurring role as the sharp attorney Andrew Laird in the mega-hit soap opera Dynasty, 1981-1984, and as Reverend Snow, the strict father of Chrissy Snow in Three's Company. He also starred in the cult horror film Friday the 13th, Party 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, 1989. A multifaceted talent, he was also a licensed pharmacist, an accomplished painter, and a playwright. Peter Mark Richman passed away on January 14, 2021, at the remarkable age of 93. The cause of his death was natural causes. Following his death, he was laid to rest in Woodland Hills, California, U.S. Who's your favorite character from Knight Rider? It's always tough to say goodbye to beloved cast members who are no longer with us. How does that make you feel? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you're enjoying our content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. We appreciate having you in our community,